Hello, my fellow readers. My name is Greg, and this is Ghost Readers in the Sky, and I'm here with another episode of The Books That Made Me. Today we're talking about Thornton W Burgess. He wrote a ton of children's books, probably what would be middle grade today. He was a conservationist, he was a naturalist, and he wrote regular columns in newspapers and articles for magazines and for pretty serious publications. But he also was a great communicator to children through stories. I remember first reading The Adventures of Jimmy Skunk because that was one that my grandmother had on her shelf, and I got that and I just really enjoyed it. So all of the animals interact with each other, and really there's just one of each, or maybe there's a family of each, but Jimmy Skunk is the only skunk around, so he gets to be a real true character. You've got Grandfather Frog, you've got Little Joe Otter, you've got Uncle Billy Possum, you've got Reddy Fox and Old Granny Fox. The first book he wrote was called Old Mother West Wind, the first book in that series. And it was just really enjoyable to read about all of these animals and how they interacted and how it would switch from one point of view to another as the animals were, as you saw different animals. So when you saw Peter the rabbit, who was originally called Peter Cottontail, and then Beatrix Potter's character really was the one who earned and took over that name, so he just became Peter Rabbit. But when you're looking at Peter Rabbit and he's trying to hide from Reddy Fox, the predator-prey relationship, you get to see it from his point of view. And then in Reddy Fox's books, you get to see his point of view as he's trying to chase down and eat Peter Rabbit or Johnny Chuck or the other animals. I don't remember all of their names, but almost every character that he came up with had a book of their own. I started with Jimmy Skunk at my grandmother's house, and then everything I could find at the library I picked up and read. And I think I got a lot of my love of nature, love of animals, and really a pretty good understanding of how at least how the predators and prey worked. These were never violent books. These were they were stories, but they could be sympathetic to the predator as well as to the prey. And I really liked that. I thought they were really fun to read. So I was probably a middle grade reader. I was, probably in that best guess 8 to 10 years old. Age group. There we go. And they were just right for me. If I'm remembering correctly, Thornton W Burgess died in 1965, so he was dead before I was born, and so I was reading these older books, and there were no new ones coming out. But really enjoyable, great stories. Each book, even though it was built as a book and was kind of like a novel, most of them were connected short stories, just with the adventures of Johnny Chuck was all about the woodchuck, Johnny Chuck. And it would be just stories told from his point of view, not him narrating, but told from his point of view, Sometimes there'd be multiple stories that kind of strung together as one longer story. A lot of times they were just standalone stories that were connected by that character. It's hard to find these books today, and it's hard to hear people talking about them, but I certainly loved them when I was reading them back in the 70s or whenever that would have been. Now we go, more books that made me the reader that I am, had an impact on my life and what I've chosen to read, and part of how I've been able to look at the world. So thank you, Thornton W Burgess. Thanks to all of you for watching. Thanks for watching this whole video. Those of you who got all the way here to the end. If you haven't had a chance yet, please do subscribe and like and leave a comment if you're up for that. And until next time, my name is Greg, and this is Ghost Readers in the Sky.